There's something about the Horde Trooper's face, in particular the eyes, that have been confusing me for a decade now. So let's talk about that. Back in the Princess of Power TV show, right, the cartoon, the Horde Troopers were designed like this. They had 2 eyes on the face. The rest of the face is basically covered by the chest armor, right? Now, the vintage action figure looked very much like that, right? Except that it had an action feature that once activated would reveal the inside part of the chest, and at the same time would reveal the lower part of the face, revealing that what we thought were two separate eyes on the face were actually were connected, right? Kind of like a V-shaped type of visor. Okay, but for the most part, when the action feature is not activated, right, the figure pretty much looks very similar to the way they looked in the cartoon, that is 2 separate eyes. Now, years later, with the release of the Masters of the Universe Classics line, the Horde Troopers were part of this line. And when they were revealed, all the way until their release, they would be shown like this, right? What was previously an obscured part of the face is now front and center. Okay? And that is weird, right? If you were to compare it to the vintage figure, it would look like this particular pose. In this particular pose, the troopers are looking up, looking to the sky, revealing the rest of the face, right? However, and this is the thing that drives me a bit nuts, right? It seems that Mattel was saying this is how the Horde Trooper looks like in a vanilla pose, looking straight ahead, and essentially changing the design of the character. I thought it was a bit weird, but even weirder still is that when seeing the reviews and the photos of the Horde Trooper in people's collections and stuff, people would keep the same head pose that Mattel was showing in their in the packaging of this figure. It kind of feels like a Mandela effect, where both Mattel, the designers of Mattel, and the consumers both thought, oh yeah, this is how the Horde Trooper looks like, right? One huge yellow eye in the center of the face. That's right. That's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing different. What are you talking about? What are you so now fast forward to more recent times, and in the current Masters of the Universe Origins line, now we got the Horde Trooper, and you see the same thing when you see the figure in package and in promo shots. Again, the same classic situation. Again, the same thing you see in the fandom, in reviews and such. What's going on? So I finally got the figure. This would be the first time I have a Horde Trooper action figure. And upon releasing it from the package, first thing I did was articulate that head. I thought, let's see if the reason I don't see properly posed figures on the internet is because the articulation doesn't allow it. But actually, you can pose the head in a way that mimics the old action figure and the cartoon, right? So why is it that more people don't do this? Why is it that Mattel doesn't show this in the package? Now they show it in the back of the card, in the cross-sell art, and in the illustrated instructions for using the action feature, but not in the figure itself, which is weird. It's weird. I don't get it. Anyways, that's it. That's the main reason I wanted to make this video. This is, I feel like the whole internet has been gaslighting me for 10 years. Of course, it's not the case, right? I don't know. I like the idea of these guys having two eyes, even if looking up. So if you are like me, very easy solution, I'm gonna show you. Black electrical tape. The good thing about this type of tape is that the glue is not too strong and you can apply it to action figures, and you can just as easily peel it off after, and based on my previous experience with other figures, it's not gonna damage the paint. So let's try that for the eyes. Problem solved. And let me demonstrate that you can take it off without damaging the figure. See? Great solution. Okay, thank you for watching. Have a great day.